everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. We got a good one tonight. Today's date is August 22nd, 83. We are at Dodger Stadium, a very important matchup between the Montreal Expos and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Expos come into this game a record of 69-52. They are a game and a half back of first of the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. The Dodgers, 66-55. They are right now 6.5 games behind the Braves, but the Dodgers really are also 6.5 ahead of fourth place. So pretty much if the Dodgers wind up with a winning record, they're going to make the postseason. Same thing with the Expos right now, as these two teams will go head-to-head here at Dodger Stadium. Philip Reynolds and Ben Witts are first to join us here at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers historically won this game 4-1. They had 9 hits and no errors. The Expos had 6 hits and no errors. And we'll see what kind of a game we get tonight here for Inside Pitch. So if everybody is set and ready to go, it is time to play some Friday night baseball inside pitch style. Let's get things going. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers is Jerry Rolls Royce. 12 wins, 11 losses, a 2.94 ERA. That's pretty darn good. That just tells me he didn't get much run support when he pitched. We are at Dodger Stadium. A neutral park favors pitchers a little bit. 123 home runs hit there, +1 to strikeouts, -2 to walks. So let's get ready to go, and let's get to the top of the first, and let's start playing some baseball tonight. Leading off for the Expos, left fielder, Hall of Famer, Tim Raines. No doubt in my mind, 298 average, 11 homers, 71 RBIs in 83. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Dodgers are the home team. A very good crowd here at Dodger Stadium. They need to see the Dodgers get a win over the Expos. Expos chasing the Phillies for number 1 in the National League East. Dodgers right now in third, trying to stay ahead in the National League West. Let's see what happens tonight. Royce, 1-1. Pitcher result against a switch right. A 1-8's a base hit. That's a 3, and it'll be a single for Raines. Raines will lead off with a base hit. He'll go to first. And now here's the right fielder, Jim Wolford. A 277 average, a homer, 14 RBIs that year. Raines had 90 steals. But he's not going today. He's not going there. Wolford gets the bunt sign, but he's going to swing here. Royce, 4-5 against a righty. It's going to be a base hit right past the pitcher. Raines will easily make third. He's got great speed, and the Expos are starting off fast with 2 straight base hits. And now here comes the Hawk. Center fielder, Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer. Some people don't think so. I think so. 299 average, 32 homers, 113 RBIs. Infield's going to play a double play depth. It's very early in the game. Strategy role. Wolford not going anywhere. Raines will stay where he is. Actually, Raines gets the sign to steal home. He actually gets the sign to steal home. Let's see. That was a 1, and he's got a 9, attempt at 9. He gets this attempt to steal home. 17, let's see, Royce, -2 is 15, and then you subtract 10, he would only score on a 1-5. No. Royce will pitch, although the idea was interesting. 2-4, walk, 13, and that is going to be too high. Dawson, 2-5, and it's a ground ball to third. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Let's see if they turn the double play. 2-2-3. Second base. Second base sacks -1 is a 2, and they will turn the double play, but the infield was playing back, so Raines will come in to score. They get the 2 outs, but they will give up the 1 run, and the Expos have a 1-0 lead. So that is a 5-4-3 double play, but the run does come in. 2 down, and now we'll see the catcher, Hall of Famer Gary Carter. Yeah, one of the best catchers ever. 270 average, 17 homers, 79 RBIs, and 83. Royce will pitch. 6-6, hit by pitch. No. Carter, a 3-1, and it's a ground out to short. And getting over there is Bill Russell. He'll take it and throw it over to first. Retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, and we go to the bottom of the first. Expos out in front quickly. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos, Captain Canada. I would like to say Captain America, but he's Canadian. Mr. Steve Rogers. 17 wins, 12 losses, a 3.23 ERA. I think Rogers was a heck of a pitcher. Bottom of the first, leading off for the Dodgers, second baseman Steve Sachs. 281 average, 5 homers, 41 RBIs. Sachs was pretty darn good. Rogers, 3-6 at the park, Dodgers Stadium, 4-4, and that is a high fly ball. It's a home run to the pull side. Sachs needs a 3. That's an 11. Instead, that is going to be a fly ball to left field. Tim Raines is going to be near the track, but he'll pull it down for the out. Next up, the shortstop, Bill Russell, 246 average, a homer, 30 RBIs. Rogers will deal. 2-2, home run chance. The 2 is good. Against a righty, though, Russell needs a 1. No. 5-5. Instead, he hits a deep fly ball to left field, and once again, Raines has got to go back for it. He'll have a little bit more room this time. 2 outs. And now the left fielder, Dusty Baker, Hall of Famer. He will go in as a manager, definitely. He was still Hall the very good as a player. 260 average, 15 homers, 73 RBIs. Brian B. joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Rogers, 5-6 against a righty, strikeout 8. That's going to just miss. Baker, 3-6, and it's a fly ball to center field, and the Hawk is going to get to that. And he will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers, 1-0 after 1. Yes, Rogers did have a good 6-7 year run. That is true. He did have a good run. Top of the second. Leading off for the Expos is the first baseman, Al Oliver. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. You could make an argument. 300 average, 8 homers, 84 RBIs. Royce, 1-5, possible error. Oliver, 4-1. That's a ground ball to short. That's it to Russell. His error rating is a 9. That's an 11. He won't make an error. He's going to go ahead and make the play. That'll be out number 1. Here comes the third baseman, Tim Wallach. I almost want to put him in the Hall of the Very Good, but he was still a very solid player. 269 average, 19 homers, 70 RBIs in 83. Royce, 2-1 against a righty. It's a blank. Wallach, 6-2, and a grounder to short again. And this time, another easier play by Russell, and over to first it goes. Next batter is the shortstop, Chris Spire. 257 average, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. Pitch from Royce, 6-4, range play. Spire, 4-3. It's a base hit to center field. It's a range play for Kenny Landreau. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Da-na-na, da-na-na, side retired. Nice play by Landreau out there. And 1-2-3 go the Expos. Leading off for the Dodgers will be the third baseman, the original beast mode, Pedro Guerrero. And this guy was just big. 298 average, 32 bombs, 103 RBIs. Guerrero usually sent balls into the opposite into the other state. Rogers, 2-6 at the blank. Guerrero, 4-3, pumped up to short, and Spire says he'll take it for the out, one down. Here's the center fielder, Kenny Landreau, 281 average, 17 homers, 66 RBIs. Nothing wrong with those stats. Rogers, 4-4, strikeout. That'll be high. Landreau, 5-4, grounds it to first. Oliver will charge it. He'll take it to the bag himself for the out, 2 down. Here comes the right fielder, Mike Marshall, 284 average, 17 homers, 65 RBIs in 83. This Dodger team didn't stink that year. Rogers, 2-4, it's a blank. Marshall, 5-1, and he lifts one into left field, but the Rock is going to get to that one as well and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Dodgers. 1-0 Expos after 2. Very important game here in the National League for both these teams. We go to the top of the third. Leading off for the Expos is a second baseman, Doug Flynn, who was part, of course, of the 1977 Midnight Massacre. 237 average, no homers, 26 RBIs. Clee baseball fan joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Royce, 2-3, range play. Flynn, 5-2, single to left, but it's a range play for Dusty Baker. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Da-da-da, da-da-da, 1 out. He takes a single away from Flynn. So right now, both the teams are flashing the leather. Here comes the pitcher, Steve Rogers, a 146 average. He had a couple of RBIs that year. Pitch from Rolls Royce, 2-3, range play. Rogers, 3-1. That's a fly ball to center field. Landreau going after that. His range is a 3. He won't get that one, and that is going to be, it's going to be over his head, and he's going to have to go after it. Rogers is going to wind up at second base with a double. Rogers gets a double. He'll hold at first base. As Steve Rogers goes ahead and says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. So Rogers on at second. Here comes Rock Raines, and he got a single his first time up. Devil 9 joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Possible NLCS preview, or possible either that or NLDS, or a wild card game, or a wild card series. Who knows? Rogers on at second. Strategy, he'll stay there. Royce, 4-1, error on a grounder. Raines, 2-1. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And Mike Marshall will get that for out number 2. Rogers, base runner 1, hit the right 0. And Marshall's a -2 arm. Rogers is not going anywhere. He's staying at second base. 2 outs. Here's Wolford. Wolford got a single his first time up. Pitch from Royce. 2-6. Strikeout 9. That just missed. Wolford. 3-3. And Wolford will hit one in the center field. And that's going to give the Expos a run. That's going to be a double. Wolford will slide into second base. And the Expos now have a 2-0 lead. Stadium groans. RBI double by Wolford, his second hit of the game. And I'll now bring up the Hawk. Dawson is 0 for 1. XSG2 joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Is it just me, or is every fall classic game low scoring? Lately they have been, but remember, I've had some high scoring games too. One of the reasons why they've been I've been using pretty much only the A and B pitcher grades, not the C. The only time a C pitcher grade will come up is if a starting pitcher gave up 7 runs in that game. Wolford on at second base. Royce will pitch to Dawson. We've had some low-scoring games here in inside pitch, too. Doug Hunt now joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Nothing on the 8th. Royce, 5-6. It's a blank. Dawson, 3-4. Power hit to left field. That's a 14, and it's going to stay up there. Left fielder Baker will get to it, and he's going to make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits for the Expos. We now go to the bottom of the third, as Dawson just misses against the lefty. Bottom of the third inning. Leading off for the Dodgers will be the first baseman, Greg Brock. 224 average, 20 homers, 66 RBIs in 83. Rogers, 1-2. Pitcher result. That 11 is going to be an automatic out against the lefty, and that will be a fly to right. Easily handled there by Wolford, and that is the first out. Once again, catching for the Dodgers is Jack Fimple, a 250 average, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. Pitch from Rogers, 2-5, error on a grounder. Fimple, 5-6, that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Flynn. His error rating is a 4. That's an 8. Flynn's got it. He'll throw it over to first for out number 2. And now here comes the pitcher, Jerry Royce. He could hit 282 average and 3 RBIs in 83. Royce could probably be a designated hitter in the American League. Rogers will deal. 6-5, it's a blank. Royce, 5-6, and Royce is going to come through. He's going to smack one into left field, and that'll be a double. Royce will get to second base. Double for him. Jerry Royce looks at Steve Rogers and says, you know what? I also don't need no stinking DH. Here's Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 1. Royce on it second. Rogers will strategy roll first. That won't matter. He's a no, so I'll roll a strategy anyway. And nothing happening there. Rogers does have a very weak pickoff rating. Rogers will pitch. 6-3, hit by pitch. No. Sachs, 5-1, and it's popped up to third base. And that's going to be Wallach getting to that. And he's got it and retires the side. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. Still 2-0 Expos after 3. The joy of Sachs. Ugh, God damn. That's just... I don't know about that, XSG2. I don't know about that one. Yeah. XSG2 receives the block dragon. We go to the top of the fourth here, 2-0 favor of the Expos. Leading off is the kid, Gary Carter. He's 0 for 1. Royce will go ahead and he will pitch. Royce, 6-2 at the park, Dodgers Stadium, 4-6, and it's a comebacker right back to the pitcher. Royce will get that one. He'll throw it over to first for out number 1. Next up is Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 1. Royce will go ahead and pitch. 5-4, strikeout 5. And yes, got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first strikeout for Royce. He had 143 of them in 83. Here comes Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1. Royce will go ahead and pitch. Royce, 4-5 against a righty. Base hit. That'll go right past the pitcher up the middle. And Wallach has his first hit of the game. 2-out single. Next batter is Spire. Spire's 0 for 1. There are 2 outs, actually. 2 outs there. Wallach had no stolen bases. He's not doing anything. Spire actually gets the hit and run, but not with 2 outs. Pitch from Royce. 1-5. Possible error. Spire. 4-5. That's a power hit to center field. That's a 4. And that's going to be a double for Spire against the lefty. Center fielder is Landreau. His error rating is a 3, and he will not make an error. It's going to be normal runner advancement. Wallach with 2 outs, base runner 2, double to center, +1 is a 3. No, he'll hold it third. A very strong throw by Landreau will keep Wallach at third base. So that does go as a double. It'll now bring up Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 1. V-Dub Productions joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, top of the fourth, 2-0 Expos. Strategy, nothing on the 7. Royce, 2-6, strikeout, no. Flynn, 1-5, and he gets one into center field. That's an 18. And he needed a 17 against the left. He needed a 17 against the triple. That's an 18. Instead, that's going to be caught by Landreau, and the inning is over. Wow. No runs, 2 hits for the Expos. They can't get any runs in there. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Just misses a triple by 1. Sometimes the dice are cruel. Bottom of the fourth. And Bill Russell leads off for LA. He's 0 for 1. Rogers, 5-1, blank. Russell, 5-4. And that's a grounder to shortstop. Easy play for Spire. And he'll toss it over for the out, 1 down. Here's Baker. Baker's 0 for 1. Rogers, he'll go ahead and pitch. 3-1 against the righty. Strikeout. The 12 is high. Baker, a 6-5, and he hits one to left field, but Raines will get to that with no trouble. And that is out number 2. And here comes Guerrero. Guerrero is 0 for 1. Rogers, he will pitch. 3-1 against the righty. Strikeout. Yes, that's going to be a cold strike 3 on Guerrero, and that will end the inning. And that is the first strikeout for Rogers. He had 146 of them in 83. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. 2-0 Expos after 4. Another pitcher's duel so far between these two. Rogers at a combined ERA of these guys is 6.1. So we'll see how it happens the rest of the way. We go to the top of the 5th. And leading off for the Expos will be Steve Rogers. And he got a double his first time up. Royce will pitch. Royce, 6-4. Range play. Rogers, 6-6. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Sachs. His range is a 2. He won't get it. It's going to be a base hit for Rogers. Rogers gets his second hit of the game, a leadoff hit. Once again, Rogers says, the American League can keep their stinking DH. Here comes Raines. Raines is 1 for 2. And Rogers really not a threat to do anything. And nothing's happening. Pitch from Royce. 4-5 against the switch right. Base hit right up the middle and past the pitcher. Rogers will hold at second base. He's mud. So now Raines gets his second hit of the game. Next batter is Wolford. Wolford 2 for 2, a single and a double. Runners at first and second. Montreal looking pretty good so far. Royce settles in. Strategy. Nothing on the 3. Royce will pitch. 4-3. Home run chance. And against a righty, a 1-16. The 3 is good. Against a lefty, Wolford needs a 4. Does he get his third hit of the game? No, he will miss that one. 5-2. Instead, he's going to go ahead and ground it to first base. And that's going to go to Brock. So let's see if they turn the double play. 2-2-2. Shortstop pivot Russell -1. They're not going to get the double play. So Rogers goes to third. Raines, that was a 5, and he's going to be fast enough to get to second base. Wolford is out, 1 down. Since it went to first, Reigns' base running rating is not lowered. So that does move the runners up on the grounder to first. And here comes Dawson. Dawson is 0 for 2. Now the infield will play in. Expos have a 2-0 lead. Dodgers don't want any more runs. Nothing on Strat. Royce, 6-4. Range play. Dawson, 4-2. That's a grounder to short. That ball is hit to Russell. Russell's range is a 4, but with the infield in, it's a 2. It's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be, actually, it was Bass Russell, right? It's going to be a single pass short. Rogers will score. Reigns has got great speed. He will score. Dawson to first. 4-0 Expos. Stadium groans. A 2 RBI single by Andre Dawson. And now the Expos have a 4-0 lead here. As right now they're getting the breaks. Here comes the kid. Carter's 0 for 2. Still 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 4-0 Expos. Dawson had 25 steals, and he's not going anywhere. Royce will pitch. 4-1. Error on a grounder. Carter, 1-1. Nope, that's a line drive to first that's caught. And Dawson will be out only on a 1. No, he'll get back 2 outs. So that was a line drive to third. Easy play there to get back there is Dawson. And here comes Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 2. Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. So 2 outs now, but the Expos have a 4-0 lead on the Dodgers. And nothing happening there. Royce, 6-2 at the park. Dodger Stadium, 4-6. And it's a comebacker right back to Royce. They'll go ahead and get it and toss it over to first to retire the side. 2 runs on 3 hits. And now the Expos have a 4-0 lead going in the bottom of the 5th. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Ken Landreau, and he is 0 for 1. Rogers, he'll go ahead and pitch. 2-2, home run chance. And that's 17. Wow, a 1-16 would have been a chance. That's a 17. It's too high. Landreau, 5-4, and he's going to just whack it right to first base. And Oliver is going to take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Next up is Marshall. Marshall is 0 for 1. Rogers, 6-4. It's a blank. Marshall, 1-4, and fly to center field. Easy play for Dawson, and he'll stay put for out number 2. Here comes Brock. Brock is 0 for 1. Rogers, settling in nicely. 1-4. That is a blank. Brock, 2-5. Base hit. Brock hits 1 past second base. Pulls it a little bit, and he'll wind up at first. That's only the second hit for the Dodgers in this ball game. Rogers is in pretty good command right now. Here's Fimple. Fimple is 0 for 1. Brock had 5 steals, and he's not going to get any here. Rogers will deal. 4-1. Strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The inning is over. Second strikeout for Rogers. No runs and a hit for the boys in blue. It's 4-0 here after 5. Although this is 1983. The Dodgers are wearing white jerseys. The Expos, I believe, are wearing those powder blues with the racing stripes, which I absolutely love those jerseys. Of course, my favorite Mets jerseys are the 80s jerseys that they won the World Series in with the racing stripes. I wish they would go back to those jerseys with the racing stripes full time. Be a little bit different from the Yankees. The Yankees have pinstripes. The Mets should be wearing those. Should be wearing the ones with the racing stripes. Be a little bit more different from the friggin' Yankees. We go to the top of the 6th. Royce back on the mound. He can pitch to 30 batters. And Rogers got plenty left in the tank. Leading off for the Expos will be Tim Wallach. And he is 1 for 2. He's got a single. Royce will pitch. 2-4. Walk. Yep, ball 4. He will walk Wallach. Wallach draws a base on balls. And that is only the first walk given up by Royce. You only had 45 of them in 83. That's not too bad. Next up is Spire. Spire 1 for 2, got a double. Wallach really not a threat to do anything, and he won't. Royce will go ahead and deal. And 1-1. Pitcher result. A righty, a 1-8's a base hit. That's a 13. It's a blank. Spire 3-4, and he hits one to right field. And it looks like Marshall's going to make the play, and he does. 1 down. Here's Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 2. I like the old Giants way they had the SF logo on it. I like those too. I like the Giants' orange jerseys. I like those jerseys too. They're all the 80s. I don't know what it is, but the 80s jerseys I think were always the best. I think the 80s had the best jerseys. I love the Sox jersey with the word Sox across it. And, you know, I like the old rainbow Astro jerseys. You know, the Mets jerseys I like with the racing stripes. I love the powder blue Phillies, Cardinals, and Expos away jerseys. I like the old Padres jerseys. I mean, really. Wallach on at first. Royce strategy roll for Flynn. Not happening there. Royce, 4-1, error on a grounder. Flynn, 4-3, and against the lefty, that is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Sachs. His error rating is an 11. That's a 2. It's going to handcuff him. He's going to drop it, and everyone's going to be safe. It's going to be an E4. That is the first error. That is the first error on the Dodgers. They didn't have any in the game historically, so that will be the first error for them. And now runners at first and second, and here comes Rogers. Rogers is 2 for 2, a double and a single. He's swinging here. Royce will go ahead and pitch. Nothing on strat. And although I don't think he's going to bunt, I think you swing. Royce, 6-3 at the park. Dodgers Stadium, 1-6. And it's a good thing he did swing. Base hit, center field. That's a single for Rogers. He's 3 for 3. Will it score Wallach, though? Base runner 1. A single to center field actually makes him a +2. A 1-3, Wallach will score. And he does. Wallach will come around and score. Flynn will make third. Rogers trying for second. And he'll get there. Holy cow, that turns it into a double. Stadium barfs. Yeah. So Wallach scores, and on the 1, Flynn takes third automatically. Rogers has a chance, and his base running rating is 1, and he gets the second. That's going to be an RBI double, and it's now 5-0 Expos. Once again, Steve Rogers says, DH, I don't need no stinking DH. Here comes Raines, and right now, they're going to talk to Royce on the mound. He is due to lead off the 6th. May not make it. But now a 5-0 lead for the Expos. And we'll see what they do here with Raines. Raines is 2 for 3. The infield is going to play in. Royce will pitch. Strategy rolls are now off. Raines. Royce, 4-4. Strikeout. And yeah, he'll get Raines. Struck him out. That'll be a K, and that is the second strikeout for Royce. 2 down. And now here's Wolford. Wolford 2 for 3, a single and a double. He's having a good name tonight. Flynn on at third. Rogers on at second. Royce with the pitch. 1-3, strikeout, too high. Wolford, 1-3, ground out to short. That'll be handled there by Russell, and he'll throw over to first. And that will retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and a walk. And the Expos have a 5-0 lead on the Dodgers here going in the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Dodgers is Jerry Royce. He's got a 282 batting average. He's going to hit. He's going to hit. 5-0 in favor of the Expos here in the bottom of the 6th. Rogers, 4-4, strikeout. He got him. And that will be the 3rd strikeout for Captain America Canadian style. And now here's Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 2. Rogers, he'll deal. 5-3, strikeout. That's high. Sachs, 6-5, fly ball center field. The Hawk is going to get to that one. And that's out number 2. Steve Rogers doing it all today. He is not only bringing home the bacon, he's frying it up in a pan. There's Russell. Russell's 0 for 2. Rogers, he'll go ahead and pitch. 2-1, blank. Russell. 2-1, ground out to short. Easy play for Spire. He'll take it to first, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. Steve Rogers right now has more hits than the Dodger team. It's 5-0 after 6. Rogers has 3 hits. The Dodgers only have 2. That's what you call a good day. That's what you call a good day at the office. That's a darn good day at the office. We go to the top of the 7th. Royce, he can pitch to 1 more batter before he tires. And it's Andre Dawson leading off. And Royce, even though he did bat, because he had a very good average, I'll let Royce see if he can pitch 1 more inning. Royce will deal. 1-4, blank. Dawson, 2-1, fly ball left field. Baker, he will come to that and make the play for out number 1. Here comes the kid. Royce is now tired. Carter is 0 for 3. Pitch from Rolls Royce, 4-3. Home run chance against the righty. A 1-16, the 10 is good. Against the lefty, Carter needs a 9. Does the kid go yard? Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Gary Carter. Stadium groans. The kid goes yard. This time Royce went ahead and pitched him a grapefruit, and Carter turned that into fruit salad. 6-0 Expos, and that is it for Royce. So Royce coming out of the game. We'll see a new pitcher for the Dodgers. Al Oliver is the next batter, and he is 0 for 3. And let's see who the Dodgers want to bring out. It's now a 6-0 lead, so it really doesn't matter. So let's see what we're going to have here. They got left, right, and right. And they'll go ahead and bring him out. Coming on to pitch for the Dodgers is going to be Rick Honeycutt. 16 wins, 11 losses, 3.03 ERA. Rick Honeycutt started the season with the Texas Rangers. He is now on the Dodgers. So he will come out and pitch to a few batters. Honeycutt will go ahead and deal. Honeycutt, 3-5 against the lefty. It's a walk, but that's high. Oliver, 6-1, and it's a line drive to third, gloved by Guerrero, and that's an out. 2 down. And now here's Wallach. Wallach is 1 for 2. He's got a single and a walk. Phoenix Knight joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. I think you were featuring my 1985 LDSs on the board. Yeah, I noticed that you were also playing an Expos Dodgers game too. Honeycutt will pitch. 4-5. It's a blank. Wallach, 6-5. Base hit for Wallach. It'll be passed short. And the Expos continue the inning. Second hit of the game for Wallach. And now the batter is Spire. Spire 1 for 3 with a double. 6-0 Expos. Strategy rolls are off. Honeycutt 1-2. It's at the park. Dodgers Stadium 4-4. That is a home run to the pull side. Against the lefty, though, Spire needs a 5. That's a 10. And that is going to be a fly ball to left field. That's going to be tracked down there by Baker. He'll make that catch and retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Gary Carter. And right now the Expos are in total command. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. We are in the final schedule block of the season, so now I'm only trying to play games that really matter all the way through the pennant race. Tomorrow night will be August 25th. We're going to go back to Tiger Stadium. I know Chuck Rawlings somewhere will be watching this, as the Chicago White Sox will be taking on the Detroit Tigers, a big game in the American League. Britt Burns will be going for the White Sox, and Juan Berenger will be going for the Tigers. That'll be Fall Classic tomorrow night. Britt Burns and Berenger, the White Sox and the Tigers back to Tiger Stadium. Fall Classic baseball tomorrow night on the network. Bottom of the 7th here, Expos have a 6-0 lead. And it will be Dusty Baker leading off for the Dodgers. And yes, Ben Witz, I know you're also a Tiger fan. So I'm pretty sure you will not miss tomorrow night's game. Baker's 0 for 2. Steve Rogers is cruising along as we're now in the bottom of the 7th. Rogers, 3-4. Walk plus 10. That's ball 4. He'll walk Baker. So Rogers gives up his first walk. He had 66 of them in 83. And now a chance for Guerrero. He's 0 for 2. Strategy rolls are off. Rogers will pitch. 5-2. Strikeout 11. And no, that just missed. Guerrero, 6-3. And it's a line drive to short that's caught for out number 1. Baker will be out. Baker will be out on a 1. He's not. He gets back to first, 2 down, 1 out. Line out right to the shortstop. Handled there by Spire, but he had no play at first. Baker got back easily. And now here's Landro. Landro's 0 for 2. First of 2 runs wins. Baker on at first. No strategy roll. Rogers will deal. 1-3. Possible error. Landro. 6-6. It's a grounder to second base. That ball has hit the Flynn. His error rating is a 4. That's an 18. No error. Let's see if they turn it. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot Spire 0, 1-3. No. Baker thrown out at second. Landro will take first on the fielder's choice, and that is out number 2. Next up is Marshall. Marshall's 0 for 2. Cutter Historical joins us here at Dodgers Stadium. Rogers will go ahead and pitch. 1-5. That's a walk plus 10, and that will be ball 4. And now the Dodgers trying to get something here late in the game. Second walk given up by Rogers. And here comes Brock. Brock is 1 for 2. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th, 6-0 Expos. Rogers will pitch. 4-3. That's a blank. Brock. 3-2. Power hit to right field. That's an 8. And against the righty, it's a base hit. That's going to be a single to right. Landreau with 2 outs, base runner of 5. A single to right. Single to right is a 0. So he will score on a 1-5. It's a 6. Landreau coming around third. Marshall at second. Brock at first. Right fielder. Right fielder is Wolford. He has a 0 arm. A 1-4. There could be a play. It's a 5. Landreau puts on the brakes and goes back to third base. Big time throw by Wolford. And the runners hold. And the bases are loaded. And the batter is Fimple. Now, Jack Fimple, however, in this situation, he had a 250 average. I think we may see a pinch hitter for him. Let's see if we're going to do that. Who's the other catcher I have? And that is, I don't have another catcher. Let me see. Anybody can catch? Wow. I have no other catchers in this lineup. Fimple's the only catcher for the Dodgers. Guess what? He's hitting. Bases are loaded for Jack Fimple. For the Dodgers. A big-time hit by Fimple can get the Dodgers back in this game. Rogers settling in there. Fimple is 0 for 2. 2 men down. Rogers will pitch. 5-5. It's a blank. Fimple. 2-5. And it is a ground ball to short. Taken care of there by Spire. He's got it. He's going to throw to first to get Fimple. And the Dodgers get nothing. Good day, sir. No runs, a hit, and a couple of walks. And it's 6-0 in favor of the Expos. Where's Yeager and Socha? Not on the roster. At least not for this game they weren't. For this game they were not. According to Baseball Reference. Or actually Action PC Baseball. We go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Expos will be Doug Flynn. We'll see a new pitcher as Honeycutt's going to come out of the game. He really is only a short reliever for lefties. So let's see who they're going to bring on to pitch. And coming on to pitch for the Dodgers is going to be another member of the 1977 Midnight Massacre, and that is Pat Zachary. 6 wins, 1 loss, a 2.49 ERA. So Pat Zachary will be the 3rd Dodger pitcher here, and he can pitch to 6. So we'll see how well he does. Technically, there's no rule that you can't put Yeager and Socha in the lineup. Yeah, but if they were not on the roster, they weren't there. So how can I put a player that wasn't there? Zachary will pitch. 4-3. Hit by pitch. No. Flynn. 3-1. Fly ball center field. And that'll be handled by Landreau for the out, 1 down. Next batter is Rogers. Rogers is 3 for 3. 2 doubles and a single. He cannot get a cycle. He has no home runs. I don't see a triple on his board, so he can't get that either. But Steve Rogers is definitely the player of the game. Zachary, 3-5, strikeout. He'll finally get Rogers, and Rogers will go down on strikes. 2 down. Zachary had 36 of them in 83. And now here comes Rock. Raines is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Zachary, yes, he did pass a few months ago. 2-3, error on a grounder. Rains, 6-5, and that's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Sachs. His error rating is an 11. That's a 7, and that's an error. Rains is safe. That's going to be an E4 and the second error on the Dodgers in the ball game. Second time Sachs has made an error as well. Dave Sachs may have been the backup. Dave Sachs was not in the lineup. I checked that when I did. He was not listed in the lineup. I'll double check, but I know he was not in the lineup for this game. He was not on the roster according. Dave Sachs only played a few games. And because you guys are actually making something of it, give me a second. No. The only pick, Yeager was not in the game. Gilberto Reyes, Sachs, and Socha are not listed. Only Jack Fimple was available for this game today. I just thought I'd clear it with you guys. Okay, so Rains is on at first, and the batter now is Wolford after the error. Wolford is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Rains on at first. Zachary will go ahead and he will pitch. Zachary, 3-2, wild pitch. No, it's a blank. Wolford, 5-2, and that is a grounder to second base. That will be handled by Sachs. This time he won't make an error. He's going to make the play, throw to first, and retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 6-0 Expos. Steve Rogers is going to stay on the mound, and why not? And we're going to see a pinch hitter for Pat Zachary as he's going to come out of the game because he's the leadoff batter for the Dodgers. And we're going to see. Let's see. We got Rogers, so it's going to be coming on to pit bat will be Darryl Thomas. 250 average, 2 homers, 8 RBIs for the Dodgers in 83. So Rogers will pitch. 4-6 against a switch left. Walk. Barely, but he walked him. He'll walk Darryl Thomas. So Thomas trots to first on a base on balls. Third walk given up by Rogers. The next batter is Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 3. Thomas will stay at first. Rogers will deal. Rogers, 4-2 at the park. Dodger Stadium, 1-5, and that is a fly ball to right. Wolford's going to get to that, and that's out number 1. Here's Russell. Russell is 0 for 3. Thomas on it first. Rogers will pitch. 6-5. It's a blank. Russell, 2-6, base hit, center field. That's going to be a single. Thomas is going to hold it second automatically, as I'm going to call the 6-run rule, and we'll hold him there. Having him be thrown out at third base when you're down by 6 runs doesn't make any sense. So with the 6-run rule in effect, Thomas will hold it second. He'll go station to station. And now the batter is Baker. If a runner has a chance to score, I will not evoke that. So here's Baker. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Rogers, 3-2. Wild pitch, yes. And that will go to the backstop, and the runners will move up. Now Rogers in a little bit of trouble. First wild pitch by Rogers. Now, if you're the Expos, I think you stay back. The runners on base don't mean anything. You're trying to get outs. So they're not going to play the infield in. They're going to play the infield normal. Rogers, it will pitch to Baker. Rogers, 6-5. It's a blank. Baker, 1-1, and that's a fly ball to right field. Getting under that is Wolford, and that is out number 2. Baker, sacrifice fly of 2, +1 hit the right is 3, and he will score Thomas. Thomas will come in to score. Russell's going to stay at second base. I'm not going to have him try for third, but the Dodgers are on the board at 6-1. So a sacrifice fly will bring in a run for the Dodgers. Russell will stay at second base. And now here's Guerrero, but now there are 2 outs. Guerrero is 0 for 3. He's looking for his first hit. Now Russell on at second. Now a 6-1 ball game. Rogers will go ahead and pitch. And 2-1. That's a blank. Guerrero. 1-1. Fly ball, center field. That'll be caught by Dawson. And that will end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit and a walk and a wild pitch. 6-1 Expos after 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Leading off for the Expos will be the Hawk, Andre Dawson, and he is 1 for 4. Dodgers need a pitcher, and I think they're just going to go with a righty here, and they're going to go with, let's see, the Dodgers didn't have many pitchers. The Dodgers did not have many pitchers in this game, at least in there. I don't think they would use Howe. I think they would use Hooten. Coming on to pitch is going to be Bert Hooten, mostly a starter, but I'm going to make him a reliever for this one. 9 wins, 8 losses, a 4.22 ERA. Hooten's going to be the 4th Dodger pitcher here. And he'll pitch to Dawson. Top of the 9th, 6-1 in favor of the Spos. Pitch from Hooten. 6-6 against the righty. It's blank. Dawson, 3-4, and he hits one hard to left field. That's a 2. That's going to be a single for Dawson. Dawson leads off with a base hit. And now here's the kid. The kid is 1 for 4. He hit a bomb his last time up. Dawson on at first. Hooten will go ahead and deal. 1-5. Range play. Carter. 5-6. It's a fly ball to left field. Dusty Baker heading for that. His range is a 3. He won't get that one, and that's going to be a single. Dawson, base runner 5. Hit the left. -5 is a 0. He holds at second base automatically. Left fielder Dusty Baker. Not too bad. I'm sorry, not -5, -3. My bad. 1-2. And he'll make it. Helps if you look at who's in the field. -5. The Dodgers are in the field. Okay, runners in the corners. Fixed. Upon further review, so now runners at the corners, here's Oliver. Oliver is 0 for 4. Carter gets his second base hit. You think Oliver is now due for a hit. Dawson on at third. Carter on at first. Nobody out, top of the 9th. Pitch from Hooten. 2-1. Range play at the park. Dodgers Stadium. 3-1. It's a base hit to right field. That ball is hit to Marshall. His range is a 2. That's a 2. He makes the catch. It's out number 1. Oliver, sacrifice fly of 1. Hit to right, +1 is a 2. And he will not bring in Dawson that way. Dawson's base running rating is a 5. Marshall, a -2 arm, a 1-3. Dawson still scores, and he won't. It wasn't deep enough. He'll stay at third. Tough day for Al Oliver, 0 for 5. And now here's Wallach. 1 out, and Wallach is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a walk. And now Dawson and Carter will stay put out. Hooten with the pitch. 1-4. Home run result. That is a possible home run. That is a 1. It's no longer a possible home run. It is a home run. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. 3-run bomb, Tim Wallach. Stadium barfs. Blech. Tim Wallach gets a 3-run bomb, and it's now 9-1 Expos. And this is just not one of those days for the Dodgers. So now 9-1 here, top of the ninth. And that's going to be it for Hooten. They're going to take him out. Dodgers don't have many pitchers left in the bullpen until I get to starters. But they're just going to go ahead and bring out Alejandro Pena. 12 wins, 9 losses, save, a 2.75 ERA. He's also a starter. But he's going to come in here and try to stop the bleeding. So here's Alejandro Pena with now a 9-1 Expo lead. Spire, the batter, still 1 out here on the top of the ninth. Spire 1 for 4. Pitch coming for Pena. 4-2. Range play. Spire. 3-3. Grounder right back to Pena. Pena was excellent. His range is a 5. And of course, that's a 6. It's a base hit. Spire gets the first. Spire gets a single. Pena had a range of 5. And of course, I roll a 6. Not surprised, and Spire goes to first, and the inning will continue where it's going on. Here's Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 4, but he reached on an error. Spire will go ahead and pitch. Pena, actually. 4-4. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium. 4-3. It's a single plus to right field. Spire gets the third. Flynn will round first. He's got to try for second. Right fielder is Marshall as a -2 arm, and with Flynn having a 2, -2 is a 0, and Flynn will put on the brakes and head back to first automatically. And now the batter is Rogers, and Rogers is going to bat. Why not? Rogers is 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a single, and he's looking to go the distance here with a 9-1 Expo lead. Still 1 out, top of the ninth. Right now, not many fans left here at Dodger Stadium already thinking about the next game. Pena will pitch. 4-2. Range play. Rogers, 6-2. It's a ground ball to first. That ball is at the Brock. His range is a 3, and that's a 5. And that's going to be a base hit. Rogers is going to get his 4th hit of the game. Spire will score. Single pass first. Flynn, a base running rating of 2, and that's going to be good enough. He will get the third base, and Rogers is on first. It's now 10-1 Expos. Stadium groans. So a 10-1 Expo lead. As Steve Rogers gets another RBI tonight. Still 1 out. Now the batter is Raines. And Pena's going to stay out there probably until his arm falls off. Rogers has 4 hits, 2 doubles and 2 singles. Flynn on at third, Rogers on at first. Not a good night for the Dodgers. Pena will go ahead and he will pitch. 1-4. Strikeout. Got him. He'll get Raines. Strikeout there for Pena. 2 down. And now here's Wolford. Wolford is 2 for 5. A single and a double. Pena just trying to get this pretty much this inning done here. 10-1 in favor of the Expos. There are Expos fans still at Dodger Stadium. Pena will go ahead and pitch. 5-2 against the righty. It's a blank. Wolford, 2-1. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to center. Landro's going to get there. He'll make the catch. And the Expos send 9 men to the plate. 4 runs on 6 hits. And a 3-run bomb by Tim Wallach. We go to the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? It'd be more like a 9th inning miracle. Rogers, he is tired, but they're going to say pitch. Why not? Leading off for the Dodgers is Kenny Landro, and he's 0 for 3. Rogers is tired, but he says, I can go, coach. So now the bottom of the 9th inning, Expos with a 10-1 lead. Rogers, 1-3, possible error. Landro, 2-2 against a righty. That's going to be an infield single picked up by Flynn. His error rating is a 4. That's an 18. He'll hold on to the ball, and that will just be an infield single. So Landro leads off with a base hit, and now the rally begins. And here comes Marshall. Marshall 0 for 2 with a walk. Landro on it first. Rogers, he'll go ahead and pitch. 6-4, it's a blank. Marshall, 4-2, base hit right past third, and that's going to be a single. Landro will hold at second base. He doesn't have the speed to get to third. So now 2 batters and 2 runners on. And now here's Brock. Brock is 2 for 3, 2 singles. Still no one out here in the bottom of the 9th. 10-1 Expos. Rogers will pitch. 3-4. Walk plus 10, and the bases are loaded. So Rogers, trying to end this game, gives up 2 base hits and a walk. And the bases are loaded with no one out. And now the batter is Fimple. He'll bat. He's 0 for 3. Infield playing back, trying to see if Rogers can get this game over with. I got to wait. We'll see what happens here. Nobody out. The infield is playing back. The runners on base don't mean anything. Rogers will go ahead and deal. 3-4. Another walk plus 10, and that's going to walk in a run. Landro will trot on. Marshall to third, Brock to second, Fimple to first. It's 10-2. And as much as I want Rogers to finish the game, that's it. You cannot allow this kind of thing. Rogers coming out of the game. What a job, though, but he will give up a run here. And now a 10-2 ball game on a walk. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Expos. And they're going to go with, well, also the Dodgers are going to have a pinch hitter for Pena as well. So let's see. Let's have the Dodgers choose first. And they are going to go with, coming on to pitch for the Dodgers, they're not going to bring in Reardon at the moment. They're going to go with Bryn Smith. 6 wins, 11 losses, 3 saves, a 2.49 ERA. So Rogers leaves with a W. Smith's going to come in here to try to get this game over. Pena is not going to bat. Dodgers will go to the bench. And let's see. They're going to go with Rick Monday. 247 average, 6 homers, 20 RBIs. Rick Monday will pinch hit. Steve Howe is the only other pitcher in the bullpen as a reliever before I have to touch a couple of starters. But we'll see what happens here. 10-2 now in the bottom of the 9th. Nobody out. Smith will pitch. 5-5. Range play. Monday. 3-4. It's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Jim Wolford. He was excellent. His range is a 5. And he'll make that catch. It's out number 1. Monday, sacrifice fly of 1. Hit to right plus 1 is a 2. He won't bring in 6. He won't bring in Marshall that way. Marshall, a base running rating of 2. And Wolford a 0, a 1-2. Marshall will try to score on his own. It's a 6. Now there could be a play at the plate. They're sending Marshall. I don't know why, but they are. Wolford has a 0 arm. A 1-4. There's going to be a play at the plate. And no, Marshall will now put the brakes on and head back. And that was kind of dumb, but Marshall's going to stay where he's at now. And that is the first out. Marshall maybe went ahead and tried to bluff. That's going to be a fly to right. They won't get the run in. And now the batter is Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 4. Bases loaded still. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth, 10-2. Smith will go ahead and he'll pitch. Smith, 5-3. That's at the park. Dodger Stadium, 4-2. And that's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be caught by Dawson for out number 2. Sachs, a sacrifice fly of 1 plus 2 to center is a 3. And that will bring in Marshall. It's 10-3. So Sachs does get a sacrifice fly. Brock is going to stay at second base automatically. I'm not going to have him try for third. And now it's a 10-3 ball game. So they will get a sacrifice fly there. And now the last chance for the Dodgers is Dusty Baker. Baker is 0 for 3 with a walk. 2 men down, now a 10-3 ball game. Expos trying to get this game over. Dodgers say we want to play a little more. Smith will go ahead and pitch. 4-2. Against the righty, it's a walk plus 10. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So the bases are loaded again. And a walk given to Baker, and now here's Guerrero. And Guerrero is 0 for 4. And with one swing at a bat, Guerrero can make this very interesting. Smith will pitch to Guerrero. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. 10-3. Expos just can't get that last out. Smith will pitch. 2-5. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's your game. Expos will come away with the win tonight. 10-3. Stadium groans. 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, and a sacrifice fly. But the Expos will come away with a 10-3 win here over the Dodgers. Although the Dodgers did make it pretty interesting. Alouette, Montreal Gagne. So, final line score coming up. For the Expos, 10 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Dodgers, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Steve Rogers. He gets the win. Jerry Rolls-Royce will take the loss. Brent Smith, though, Brent Smith did really not give up any runs on his own. I could still give him a hold, but why not? I'll give him a hold anyway. The Expos will now go to 70-52. The Dodgers drop to 66-56. Heck of a game here between the Expos and the Dodgers. But we are not done. 10-minute ticker is next. As Christopher Hoffman, yes, unfortunately, you just missed it. You'll have to watch from the beginning, but that is okay. Every one of my games is always available on my channel. Any one of your favorite teams from any of the replays I've done. And I've done quite a bit of them. And I will continue to do them. As long as you guys continue to watch my stuff, I'll go ahead and I'll continue to make some stuff. It's when you guys tell me, Robert, we no longer want to watch any more of you play, then that's when I'll probably give it up. Does anybody want me to stop? Does anybody want me to stop? I'm asking for a friend. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Expos take a 10-1 win over the Dodgers. Let's see how the rest of the majors go. August 22nd, Toronto at Boston. Blue Jays 14-61, that's 7. Boston 10-22, that is 2, a win for the Bluebirds. Angels and the Indians. Angels 14-53, and that's 6. Indians 17-35, that's 5, and the Halos will get a win. White Sox and the Royals. White Sox 13-65, that's 9. Royals 6-21, that is 2. And the Pale Hose get the win. Mariners and the Brewers. Mariners 5-53, that's 5. Brewers 9-11, that's 0. Tough loss for the Brewers, as they're still chasing the top 3 teams in the American League East. Oakland at the Yankees. Oakland 6-21, that's 2. Yankees 13-54, that's 6. A win for the Yanks. They're still holding on to first place, even though Baltimore is shooting up. That's shooting up the standings. Detroit at Texas. Tigers 9-43, and that is 4. Rangers 6-51, and that is 5. That's a win for the Rangers. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 11-13, that is 1. Cubs 15-32, and that is 4. And that's a win for the Cubs. Mets and the Padres. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 5-64, that is 7. Padres 12-51, that is 6. My Mets get a happy recap, and my Mets are about to go on a 20-game winning streak. Yeah, right. Phillies and the Giants. Phillies 12-55, that is 6. Giants 7-31, that is 3. And that's a win for the Fighting Phils. I got the scoreboard from the it's called a bucket full of baseball players. Okay, you can call a bucket full of baseball players is where you can get this scoreboard from, and I did some changes to it to make it a little bit more easier. And how long does it take you to play when you're not recording on video? If I'm not recording on video, I can get through an inside pitch game in 30 minutes because all I'm doing is just rolling, writing, and that's it. Fall Classic about the same amount of time. August 23rd, Toronto at Baltimore. Blue Jays 10-42, and that's 4. Big series, by the way. Orioles 15-64, and that is 9. Rolling. California at Cleveland. Angels 17-65, that is 10. Indians 15-44, that's 5, and the Angels are going to win. California got to get back above 500. White Sox at Kansas City. White Sox 14-14, that is 2. Royals 11-42, that's 5, a win for the Royals. Seattle at Milwaukee. Mariners 6-43, that's 4. Brewers 15-44, that's 5. That's a win for the Brew Crew. Boston at Minnesota. Red Sox 13-11, that's 0. Twins 10-41, and that is 4. And a win for the Twins. Red Sox are pretty much done. Oakland at the Yankees. Oakland 17-42, and that's 5. Yankees 12-31, and that is 4. And the Athletics give the Yankees a win, which means the Orioles gained a game on them. Tigers at Texas. Tigers 6-33, and that is 3. Rangers 6-44, and that is 4. Tigers lose another tough game. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 8-53, that's 5. Cubs 9-15, and that's 2. That game belongs to the Reds. Expos and the Dodgers. Expos 9-66, that is 10. Dodgers 2-32, and that is 2. Wow, The Expos blank them, destroy them again the next game. Astros and the Pirates in a doubleheader. Game 1. Astros 442. That's 3. Pirates 814. That's 1. Stros take the first. Astros 742. That is 4. Pirates 744. That is also 4. And they're going to go to extras for that one. Astros roll a 5, plus 2 is 7. Pirates roll a 3, plus 0. And the Astros are going to take both games from Pittsburgh. Mets and the Padres. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 136. That's 3. Padres 564. And that's 7. Well, there goes that 20-game winning streak I was thinking about. Philadelphia and the Giants. Phillies 1245, and that is 5. Giants 235, and that's 3. And the Phillies are staying with the Expos. Atlanta at the Cardinals. Braves 1451, and that is 6. Redbirds 756, and that is also 6. They will go to extras. Braves roll a 1. Atlanta rolls a 1. -4 is a -3. St. Louis rolls a 5. I don't have to go any further than that. That's going to be a win for the Redbirds. August 24th, Toronto at Baltimore. Toronto 844, and that is 4. Orioles 1563, and that is 8. Another win for the O's. Oakland at Cleveland. In a doubleheader, game 1, Oakland 1253, that is 6. Indians 1225, and that is 3. That's a win for the A's. Game number 2, Athletics 1114, that is 2. Indians 1932, that is 5. And the Tribe will get the win. White Sox and the Royals. White Sox 1636, that's 5. Kansas City 326, and that's 2. The Pale Hose will get a win. Angels and the Brewers. This is actually an important series. Angels 1166, that is 10. Brewers 1452, that is 6. And the Halos will get a win. Boston at Minnesota. Red Sox 1416, and that is 2. Twins 1231, and that is 4. It's a win for the Twins. Mariners and the Yankees. Mariners -222, and that's 1. Yankees 1256, that's going to be 7. That's a win for the Yanks. Detroit at Texas. Can the Tigers get a win tonight? Tigers 1036, that's 4. Rangers 215, and that's 1. The Cats will scrape out a win. Reds and the Cubs. Reds 955, that's 6. Cubs 321, that is 1. That game belongs to the Reds. Expos and the Dodgers. Expos 342, that's 3. Dodgers 613, that is 1. The Expos swept the Dodgers tonight. Astros and the Pirates. Astros 436, that's 3. Pirates 532, that is also 3. And they're going to extras. Astros roll a 2, plus 2 is 4. Pirates roll a 4, plus 0 is 4. That's a tie, which means the Pirates will win by virtue of home field. Mets and the Padres. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 864, and that is 7. But Padres 666, that is 9. And the answer is no. Philadelphia and the Giants. Phillies 1022, and that is 2. Giants 621, and that is also 2. And they're going to play extras. Phillies roll a 5, plus 0. Giants roll a 4 plus 0. And that's going to be a win for the Phillies. Braves and the Cardinals. Braves 1352. That is 6. Cardinals 853, and that is 5. And the Braves will get a win. And that was a very tough day for the Dodgers, and the Braves lengthened their lead. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be August 25th. We'll be at Tiger Stadium. A very important game tomorrow night. The Chicago White Sox take on the Detroit Tigers. Britt Burns will be going for the White Sox, and Juan Berenger will be going for the Tigers. It'll be Fall Classic in a very important game tomorrow night. White Sox and the Tigers, Fall Classic Baseball. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Montreal Expos. Yep, it's all Alouette, Alouette, Alouette all day long. They bombed the Dodgers tonight, 10-3. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.